Hello, divas and gents, and welcome back to another video. I am MTDNPHILLY. If you are new here, we talk about fashion, love and relationships, and we even dabble with vlogs. I wanted to get into this year's 2025 Met Gala. This is some delicious sangria that I have mixed up here in the house. The Met Gala was focused on tailor-made fashion. Tailor-made fashion where we focused and honed in on the era of dandyism. Dandyism is inspired by the Black African-American culture. It is where men are gentlemen and women are ladies. Very much the era of chivalry is very much the era of tailored suits, nice slacks, three-piece suits, nice beautiful gowns. You can even catch a couple feathers. It is definitely the era of tap dancing, piano, all of the beautiful things. So I really wanted to do a segment where we talked about some of my favorite looks. This is what it was like to be a woman in the dandyism era. You pick up a nice silhouette, and this is a pant set. And you just pick up a nice silhouette and you go with it. You're definitely bossy. You're definitely in somewhat of your masculine era, just a tad when it comes to rocking a pair of pants. Because back then, it was kind of considered a faux pas when it came to wearing a pair of slacks being a woman. We had to stay in gowns. We had to be delicate. But when we put on a pair of slacks and we bossed up, we definitely owned the room. So first, I want to speak on my girl, and she has been doing it for quite some time, slaying in every area that she touches, honey. So Teyana, oh my goodness, when I say she worked with Ruth Carter and they came up with a beautiful piece. Ruth Carter is someone that I have been following for quite some time. She is a costume designer. She is not new to the game. She has been doing this for a very long time. If I'm not mistaken, she did a lot of costume designing for How Stella Got Her Groove Back. That is an old film. Even Coming to America, that is an old film. When it comes to embodying Black people, the culture, who we are and what we do, Ruth Carter definitely has her hands in all of the pots. So when it came to Teyana Ali, we have a beautiful, bossy, kind of androgynous, masculine appeal to this outfit. She has layers going on, which I love because each layer literally told a story. She was wearing a do-rag that hit the floor. It had a little touch of elegance to it, but when we think of do-rags, we think of men of this era. But just picture that old kind of TLC, a little bit of masculine, a little bit of sexy, crazy, sexy, and cool. That is definitely what we picked up with Teyana. I love her look. When I say she didn't miss the mark, it was definitely spot on. As far as layering, I am doing a little layering factor today. This is a top underneath of a jumpsuit, but I also can imagine her breaking up some of those pieces throughout the evening, which I believe we've seen in the beginning when she was doing the interviewing and also hosting. Actually see her kind of in the whole ensemble. Then once she hit the carpet, of course, we got some kind of, just a little pivot around to kind of look around and see what she had going on. Moving forward, we see her kind of remove some of those layers where she drops the do-rag, where she shows some of the details. She even showed the shoe, which was good. We get kind of a Mary Jane feel when we look at the shoe, but it was really nice. I loved it. Teyana nailed it. When I say A+ with her, she really followed the rules. The next person I want to speak about is Lizzo. We had a lot of plus size representation here on the carpet. When I say we had Lizzo, we had Precious Lee, and we also had Jasmine Sullivan, which is from Philadelphia. Oh my goodness. Lizzo kind of opened it up when it came to the plus size segment. She was one of the first that we seen hit the carpet. Lizzo had on a fit to flare style dress. I want to say really mermaid style. It was gorgeous. She literally looked like a Barbie doll. You have the black and white, which was so just classic. We see a lot of black and white throughout this Met Gala. She came out, she was so bossy. This is the first time she has been out in her new body. Of course, baby girl, she has dropped a lot of weight, and we're just going to give a big congratulations to that. And she looks healthy and she looks amazing. Just get into the piece in all. Oh my God, so sexy. We're having fun with the cleave. I love the fact that she's real relaxed up top. She's not doing too much with the push-up business. She literally is being her authentic self, and she just looked good in this silhouette. If we do a side by side in some of her past pictures of the Met Gala to now, she has done a complete 360 with her health, and we love that in the plus size community. Moving forward, so let's get into Precious Lee. Precious Lee is our girl. When it comes to hoisting the girls up and looking bossy, she is always that. She is a runway model, so she does not come out to play. It doesn't matter what you put her in, she will slay. Wearing a cat suit. I actually did a reel where I showed myself in a very glittery cat suit that I cut and sewed and designed. And my brand is MTD Design Company, and it was just so ironic to see her in a similar piece. A cat suit is always bossy, it's always sexy, and also it's one silhouette. We can get up, we can get dressed, our face is just gorgeous, and all we have to do is jump into this cat suit. I love the cape. The cape touched the ground. It was so meow, and we love that. We love a good cat meow. I am a cheetah girl as well. You'll catch me in a ton of cheetah pieces. But Precious Lee, my girlie, I need you to come out with a bra line. You are already that girl. When I say I want to know how on earth does she maintain those things, because other than that, perfect 10 to me when it comes to sizing, but her girls are definitely on the plus size spectrum. So I just want to know, can we get a bra line from you, Precious? When can we see it? I would adore it. I would definitely be your first customer, okay? And yes, she just looks so good, so bossy. The hair, the layers, the flow. I loved it. Next, we're going to get into someone that is really prominent in this year's Met Gala, and that is my guy, Law Roach. Law Roach, let me just say this. You definitely came to have fun. You came to play, okay? You came on the scene more relaxed than normal. He said that he had styled over 7 to 8 clients. Law was definitely doing a lot of work that day, and I congratulate him for coming out with a smile, coming out very relaxed. I liked the way he kind of just moved around the carpet. He smiled, he greeted everyone. It wasn't the normal Law Roach. This was the Law Roach that is saying, I'm here, I've done the work, I'm successful, I do not have to break my back like that tonight. I'm going to have a ball. I worked hard and I'm going to play harder. The blonde hair was so fun. It was interesting. When it came to his actual outfit, there was flow and fluidity happening. He was one of the major pillars when it came to creating the documentary on dandyism. And I love the fact that he had a huge hand in it, a huge hand in the styling, a huge hand in some of the interviewees as well. He has just been doing some amazing things and growing on me. There's a lot of men when it comes to fashion that is just pioneering overall, but it's very interesting to see his growth, and I adored that. So I want to give it to Law Roach for having fun on the runway, to not being so restricted, not so boring, and really stepping outside of the norm and giving us a little fun. Blonde haired girlies literally have more fun. Next, I want to talk about Janelle Monáe. Ooh, baby. Janelle Monáe has really put a stamp on what a signature is. Her signature is color, and her color story starts with the black, the white, and also a touch of red. For me, for a while, I was getting a little tired of it. Each and every look I didn't adore, but I love the innovation of her look. We get into a little bit of technology as well, because we have a lot of movement in her hat, and it kind of sits right in front of her eye, where we get a little glimpse of the time machine. I believe that was the era where there was a huge emphasis on possibly coming up with just the idea, the feel, the science of it all, of having a time machine where you can go into the future or go into the past. And we also had that black culture that was really thriving, that music culture that was really thriving as well. And you just see her really having a good time, being her normal self. There were so many layers happening to her jacket, and I just adored it. The designer really put in a lot of innovation and technology into that look, and I definitely love that. Moving forward, I want to get into the music aspect of it. That time you hear a lot of piano playing, a lot of tap dancing, a lot of just overall amazing pieces of music. There's so many pillars that came from that time that when we seen Andre 3000 walk into the room, we definitely knew it was a game changer. I like the fact that his piece was just simple. It was simple. It was showing that he is holding history on his back. He wants to be a part of that history. He is a part of great music. And to see that piano on his back represents the time in which we are pulling this dandyism era. We are pulling it from a very amazing time of music and dance. And I just loved when he walked into the room. I actually recorded my first response through my stories that I post on IG. And I said, oh my goodness, look at Andre. Like, I just wanted everybody to move out the way. And I'm like, let me see this man. Let me see him. And I think he is so handsome. Let me just say that. But I said, let me see him. Let me see what he is giving. And he was giving a story of what the music was in that era. It was piano playing good music. I just loved it. Moving forward, if I didn't say already, Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is giving us this whole wire and twine. We are kind of reusing the old copper and jewelry making that we used to play with back in the time that we see in a lot of Afro punk. And with Mary, we actually get to see her wear this hat that is this wire, this twist, and it's so much interesting play going on with her hat, and it tells a story. Automatically, we feel her. We feel like we've known her for so long. She's that old friend, and she was just giving like that cool kind of pimp era with that hat to the side, that nice off-white piece, and I loved it. I loved it. It just was so sexy and cool. And we get a little glimpse of that masculinity. Back to the femininity that we catch on the Met Gala floor with Ciara. Ooh, Ciara comes onto the scene and she has this piece on. And it's sexy. We are catching that black and that white again. That story, that black and that white, is just so simple. You just can't seem to go wrong. And she has this kind of chain of beads going all along the sides of her and all along the front as well. And on her arm is always good candy, baby, her husband. When I see Ciara and she kind of gets that okay from him, when he looks her up and down and she's just catching him in the side of her eye, It's just a beautiful couple, and it's just so sexy, and it just shows how men treated their women. You know, back in the day, you were the guiding light, you were the beauty, you were the essence. You know what I'm saying? We were adored. He wasn't looking all around the room, he was looking at her, and they just gave for me. Like, literally, they just gave. I want to focus on the queen at hand. And the queen at hand, okay, is my girl, Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill comes onto the scene full afro, and we love that. We love when we see natural hair on the scene. I have been embracing more natural inspired looks myself. But when we see an afro, it's something to talk about. It's big, it's soft, it's flowy. And she comes in with the girl. She comes in with the girl on the hand. And that is that Kelly Blue Birkin bag, baby. Kelly Blue Birkin. Whenever you got a Birkin on, you look good. I don't care if you walk out there with a trash bag on. You got that Birkin on, baby. You're looking good. Okay? Lauryn, girl. The softest yellow. It just gives off spring all the way. And I love the fact that she could have came in with any kind of fan. Okay, we could have got a fan, an old school church fan that we opened up, and that could have been bedazzled. But baby girl said, I need something with a little battery power behind it, because in the real life, baby girl is 40 plus, you know, and we get a little warm, we get a little hot as women when we're at that age. And the fan was bedazzled, looking just as good as my girl. She had crystals all up and down the fan. Lauryn Hill looks so good. When she comes in, I feel like there's a reason why Lauryn comes in a little late. Miss Lauryn Hill comes onto the scene. She needs it to be peace. She needs it to be quiet. And she needs everyone to already be there to see that she's there. And Lauryn Hill looked good. That suit was amazing. I loved it. My God. I want to talk about the woman behind the scene, pretty much runs it all, and that is Anna Wintour. I want to say thank you for highlighting the Black culture in this moment, for talking about dandyism. This is something that we definitely need to be resurfaced, because we have men that are throwing away fashion, throwing away the idea of being a gentleman. There's a lot of men that don't even own suits, just some, because I know some that can put on a few pieces right here in my hometown. But I do want to say, I love the fact that she spoke on what it was. She gave us the credit that was needed and allowed it to really shine on the carpet. And I just love that. And she always looks classy. Her hair always looks good, not one hair out of place. And I just think that when it comes to her, she has really done a lot of things in the fashion industry that words cannot describe. She gives people the room to grow. Miss Anna Wintour, she offers a lot of responsibility to different people that really can just flourish, and I love that. I love the fact that I am seeing Lala once again interviewing and being just a beautiful face to speak with some of the guests, and she really does her thing. I love the fact that she has that opportunity to just grow and flourish as well. They really share a moment where you can see that finally we are being noticed. Our ancestors before us, that at the time we weren't seen as beautiful, we weren't seen as elegant, even in our finest pieces. I think that being able to highlight this today and really speak on it in the now is really saying a thank you to just the introduction that dandyism gave to a lot of individuals that work in fashion. And Lala, let's get into her look as well. Lala looked beautiful. I love the fact that we have this volume happening. If you look at a lot of my fashions, I love to play with volume. I love to play with soft color, and for her to have that kind of almost blushy pink just going about and coming from her shoulder and dropping to the floor was very, very good. The piece almost looked like a gown. When it comes to Miss Richardson, oh my goodness, the track star. She's a runner, she's a track star. When I say she had on a beautiful, beautiful piece that was impeccably made and designed just for her, it embodied youth. I would love to see her on Teen Vogue or something like that wearing this piece, because I think the soft color, the lavender, the banana yellow, all of that coming into play. We see a little bit of lace. We catch some beautiful pieces in her hair. Her hair is long. Her nails are always good. This young lady, when I say I love the fact that we get to see her look good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really get to see where that history of them nails come from. You really get to see that she's ready to pop out. You know, when I get a new set, I'm ready to pop out. And I love the fact that I get to see her in her own essence, not just with the stamp of being an athlete, being a woman. And she looked very dandy, to be quite honest. So next, I want to get into Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, let me just say this. I love the fact that he is outside. I always adored the fact that he did not let his disposition or his disability be anything that plagues how he has fun and how he gets out and how he, you know, steps out, basically. Stevie Wonder came out looking good, okay? If Stevie was single, I would ask him to dance. I would ask him to go out for a bite to eat, something. He looked so amazing. And I love the fact that his hairline is looking different. It's looking good. It's looking healthy. Whoever is behind the scenes is really doing him a nice. And you know what's so crazy? Lace wigs has been an opportunity for men as well. As we've seen on Law, that was a beautiful hairpiece. I don't believe that he dyed his hair and chopped it into this interesting cut. But when we look at Stevie Wonder and we see this fresh hairline, I'm kind of pretty sure that this is something that is a hairpiece or a hair replacement. But what I do enjoy is that it was flawless. Even with this hat that he is wearing, I get to really see that they took time and they were mindful of what is happening in his hair. And they even left the option that if you take your hat off, you're still going to look damn good. And he looked amazing. His guest was amazing as well. I don't want to say it because I'm not sure if this was his grandson or this was just a guest or one of the designers. This young man was his company, and it was definitely his plus two because he had another young lady with him that looked beautiful as well. But this gentleman that was with him, he had a beautiful hairstyle as well. Also, when it comes to the idea of going to the Met Gala, what you want to expect is a show of fashion. It is a full-on exhibit. When you walk in, you have an exhibit of dress forms that are dressed in nothing but the fashions that exude what is going on for that season of the Met Gala. So you had a lot of historical looks and a lot of historical pillars from the past that are highlighted, their fashions, what they were representing and embodying at the time. It is a full-on fashion institute. So when you walk in, yes, it is highlighting designers from the past and the future, and it is allowing you to express yourself in a very fashion, futuristic, artistic type of way. So when you get in there, you can expect a ceremony, you can expect a dinner, you can expect some type of entertainment. And I love the fact that Instagram lets you kind of get in without getting in. So we had Megan Thee Stallion. We love her. Of course, she was in attendance and she looked amazing as well. And I love the fact that Megan Thee Stallion sat at the table at the Met Gala and she kind of showed us what it's like eating and trying new things.
Trying food at the Met.
Cornbread with caviar.
Wait, let me have it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's see what we got. Cheers.
Cheers. Cornbread and caviar. I like it. I said it was good. Oh my God. She didn't believe me.
Yeah, I like it.
A white truffle lobster roll. What we think? Cheers.
Cheers. I love it. I love it.
What you think was better?
I'm hungry. Nah, the cornbread was better.
Okay, now we was hungry.
I like the cornbread better.
Vegan lox?
You eat the whole thing like this too.
Just a scoop, a cup.
It's pretty. Cheers.
It's funny looking. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Why I say it ain't good?
I don't know about that one. That was better than what I thought.
It's good.
They're just like us. So Cardi B and some of her clips and highlights from the Met Gala, she basically says that she was super exhausted, but she said I could not attend, you know what I'm saying, because only the best is invited to the Met Gala, and she was just so grateful. And I honestly want to say, Cardi B, I just want to let you know, if you ever see any of my content and you get to watch this video, I want to say that I have literally watched you flourish over the years. I remember seeing Cardi before she was big time, before she was on Love and Hip Hop, and seeing her at a fast food place, not in her best light. Of course she was cute and sexy, but she was giving off super sexy at the time. And to see her in that fast food place and showing all of her skin and all of the things, and to see her transform into this bossy individual that was on the carpet in this nice green piece. And green is my favorite color. Green is my favorite color. And to see her in this green piece, and she's suited up and she looks amazing, and she has this volumized blunt cut type of bob. To see her on the carpet, it shows me what it's like to be a young lady from the hood that has nothing but a dream, has no idea how it's going to come into effect, and just be a boss.